guess you need a strong cup of coffee because we have a big controversy going on in our country. Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan called our next guest the most significant First Amendment lawyer of our age. Floyd Abrams, a graduate of Cornell University and Yale Law School, and when it comes to constitutional law, he is the go-to guy. Good morning, Floyd Abrams. How are you this morning?
Good morning. I'm just fine, thanks.
The biggest controversy in our country in the past week is Ted, without talking about politics, is Ted Cruz really qualified to run for President of the United States? And if it ever had to go to the Supreme Court, what would happen?
Right. Well, look, the Constitution says that the presidency is limited to, quote, natural-born citizens, unquote. So the legal issue is, what does that mean? That's not spoken American English anymore, natural-born citizens. I think Senator Cruz has the better of the argument that essentially what they were concerned about is people of foreign birth who weren't really Americans essentially running the country, taking over the country in one way or another. But that doesn't answer, in the end, how the courts would resolve this. I had two observations on that. First, I think Senator Cruz is right that the natural born, as understood, would more likely than not be held to mean someone that didn't need to be naturalized, didn't have to go through any procedure to become an American, as of course he did not, because he had an American mother. Beyond that, you asked how would the Supreme Court rule. Tell you what I think they would say. I think they would say we're not going to rule. I think that they would say we're going to treat this as what we call a political question. Congress can decide, the public can decide, but we're not going to pass on the issue of whether these words are of such magnitude as to disqualify someone for the presidency. So I don't think the court, at the end of the day, would pass judgment that they would allow this very debate that's going on now to continue, and have Donald Trump say, or some serious scholars, to say that there's a real big problem here, and they'd allow Senator Cruz to say it's not really big at all. And even though the public obviously is not filled with lawyers who are going to interpret natural born, I think that's where it would be left. I think it will ultimately be, even if Senator Cruz were to be elected president, one that the courts would just stay away from.
Now, I think you're probably right. I would agree with you, by the way. But I didn't graduate law school, so I'm only